Welcome to Still Standing, Still Shining. Today, we uncover the hidden beauty of solitude through the touching story of Margaret's journey. In a quiet valley stood a humble house where Margaret lived, surrounded by golden fields that danced gently under the warm sunlight. Once, this home was filled with loud laughter and the busy sounds of a family building a life of simple dreams. They shared meals by the fireplace, telling stories that seemed to last forever, believing that this happiness would never truly fade away. But time is a river that flows relentlessly, and seasons change, bringing storms that test the strength of even the deepest roots. Illness came like a thief in the night, stealing the vitality of her beloved husband, leaving behind a silence too heavy to bear. She stood alone under the grey weeping sky, bidding farewell to her partner, feeling a part of her soul vanish into the earth. Life continued to move forward, and soon her son Daniel grew wings, needing to fly toward the bright lights of the city. With a heavy heart and a brave smile, she watched him leave, the distance between them growing with every turn of the wheels.
Just don't forget me.
Never.
She returned to the house that now felt too large, the silence greeting her at the door like an uninvited, cold guest. Dinner became a solitary ritual, the clinking of her spoon against the bowl echoing loudly in the room that once held laughter. Nights were the hardest, as memories flooded back, bringing a wave of grief that threatened to drown her in deep sorrow. In the depth of her despair, she turned to prayer, asking not for the loneliness to end, but for the strength to endure. A quiet voice whispered to her heart, reminding her that solitude is not emptiness, but a sacred space where God is present. She decided to stop waiting for the silence to break and instead filled the space with the sounds of her own purpose.
And now for
Her
this
hands
old
found
dust.
work in the garden,
Oh, this
turning
soil
the
is just
soil and
perfect.
planting seeds of hope, believing that
Welcome home,
life could
everyone.
bloom from the
There,
ashes.
just right.
The
Good
garden
job,
responded
Martha.
to her care, bursting into colors that attracted birds and bees, bringing life back to the once quiet yard. The kitchen became a sanctuary of creation, where the smell of fresh bread replaced the stale air of loneliness and past regret. She realized that love is not something you keep, but something you
this
give.
batch is
So she
just
prepared gifts
perfect.
for those
I
who
can't
needed
wait to
them
share
most.
them with everyone.
Walking through the village, she became a familiar sight,
Good morning,
a
Sarah
beacon
and
of
John.
kindness who
Morning,
greeted
Martha.
everyone with a
Hi,
warm
kids.
and genuine
Hello,
smile.
Mary and George.
The children
Lovely
ran to
day,
her,
Martha.
their
Yes,
laughter
it
filling
is.
the air
Here,
as they
children,
accepted her
something
treats,
for you.
their joy becoming a medicine for her soul. She found strength in serving others,
You're very
realizing that her
welcome.
own
Oh,
burden
these
felt
bags are
lighter
heavy.
when she helped
Yes,
carry
but your
the
help
heavy
is a
load of another.
blessing. It's
Under
my
the old
pleasure.
oak
I
tree,
enjoy our
she
chats.
shared
Me
stories
too.
of
You
wisdom,
make my day.
teaching the
And
young
the
ones that
wise old
kindness
owl
is the
perched
greatest
high on the
treasure one
ancient
can
tree,
possess.
blinked his golden eyes and said, "Follow your dreams." Here, drink this. Thank you. I'm
Even
so
strangers
grateful.
were not ignored, for she saw the face of God in every weary traveller who passed by her humble gate. She wrote letters to Daniel, not of complaint or sorrow, but filled with tales of the beauty she found in her daily life. Her words flew across the miles, carrying the message that she was not just surviving, but thriving in the grace of the present.
Time has
Years
passed,
painted her hair with silver
but some
and slowed her
things
step,
remain just
yet the
as
light in her
beautiful.
eyes only grew brighter and more profound. One winter, a harsh storm brought a sickness that confined her to bed, and the shadows of solitude tried to creep back in. She worried briefly about being a burden, but then closed her eyes, trusting that the love she had sown would not be forgotten. The next morning, a gentle knock broke the silence, as a neighbor arrived
Bless
with
your
hot soup
heart.
and a heart full
Here's
of
some warm
concern.
soup, Martha.
Then came the children she had once fed,
it's so
now
good to
bringing
see
flowers
you.
and
You've brought
fruits,
so much
their
colour.
presence filling the room with life and vibrant energy.
And fruits for your table.
You're doing so well, Martha. We're all here for you.
We love you.
The house was
Rest
no
now, we'll
longer
take
empty,
care of
for the
everything.
community she had served
Thank you.
became the family that now stood by her side in weakness.
You have no
Tears
idea
flowed
what
once
this
more,
means to me.
but these were not of sorrow. They were
Martha?
tears of gratitude for the
Daniel.
harvest of love she was
Oh
reaping.
my God.
Even Daniel returned, drawn back by the news, holding his mother close and
that
realizing
just
that her
beautiful?
spirit had never truly been alone.
The best I've
They
ever
sat
seen.
together watching the sun dip below the horizon, a perfect moment of peace that bridged the years of distance between them. She understood then that when God allows solitude, He is not punishing us, but clearing the noise so we can hear love. He removes the distractions of the world to prepare our hearts, making room for a compassion that is deeper and more universal. Love given away is never lost. It simply travels in a circle, finding new homes before returning to the heart that gave it, like a candle that consumes itself to give light. We find our true purpose when we burn brightly for the sake of others. Her garden remained a testament to her life, proof that beauty can grow from the soil of loneliness if tended with patience. The seeds of kindness she scattered had taken root in the village, creating a legacy of generosity that would outlive her days. Her son finally understood that his mother was never a victim of her circumstances, but a master of her own spiritual destiny. Loneliness is merely a canvas, and we are the painters who get to choose whether to paint it with grey or gold. She rested in the knowledge that she had fought the good fight, turning her solitary moments into a symphony of quiet service. When we open our hearts in the silence, we allow the divine to fill us, transforming our emptiness into a vessel of grace. Let your life be like the wind that carries seeds to distant lands, trusting that goodness will bloom where you least expect it. Cherish the moments of connection, but do not fear the times of separation, for they are the forge where strength is crafted. From above, her life was a patchwork of grey sorrows and golden joys, woven together into a masterpiece of resilience and faith. If you find yourself walking a lonely path today, remember Margaret, and choose to light a lamp rather than curse the darkness. The sun may set on our days, but the warmth we share remains, keeping the world bright long after we have closed our eyes. Be the light for someone else, and you will find that your own path is illuminated by the very glow you create. Thank you for watching Still Standing, Still Shining. May your own quiet moments be filled with peace, purpose, and endless light. Remember that you are never truly alone when you carry love in your heart. Stand tall, shine bright, and keep moving forward.
Follow your dreams.